Happy Sunday afternoon. This tent's kind of breaking the wind. Yeah, my tent's breaking wind. That's about 12:31 right now. The wind is blowing pretty good. You can't really tell it right here because, like I say, behind the tent. You get out from behind the tent, it's blowing pretty good. That's why I still have my jacket on. It's still cool enough right now that the jacket actually feels pretty good. Not the jacket and the hoodie's a little too warm. But anyway, we're going to take another hike. I don't know if this is close. Yeah, close enough. Going to take another hike. We went up in another area. You know what is amazing to me, seriously, around here is all of the different types of rocks that you have. You know, I'm talking, pretty good sized rocks. I'm just amazed. I don't know, to me it's like geologically, I think about how it was, back when the earth was first formed, and then when the cataclysm hit, and how the Bible talks about all of the mountains being pushed up and stuff, and I'm looking over there at the Snaggletooth, and I'm just in awe, really am. But Copper's over there in the shade. He's got the shade bush over there. He dug him another bed. But we're about to go on another walk. And what I'm going to do is, how we came back in on that path yesterday. And, we're going to go out that path. But then I'm going to take you up above the rocks up here. And it's a different world. It's a completely different world up there than right here. I'm going to have fun here. I wish we could stay here for a month. Because there's just so many areas to explore. It's just, it changes, like right here, it's one way, and then as you go back, it's another way. And man, this is amazing. This really is amazing. I am really, really glad. The longer I'm here, the more happy I am that Copper chose this. But that I decided this area to camp in instead of going down to Parker. Because this is just amazing to me. It really is. I mean, just all the different changes and stuff. Anyway, I'm going to quit talking and get to hiking. Let you guys see some of the area here that we covered earlier this morning. And you get up above the rocks up there and, well, I don't know, the wind's kind of changed direction now. I was going to say it breaks the wind, but I guess we'll find out when we get up there. But this morning you got up behind the rocks, the big tall rocks up there, and it was like there was no wind at all. It was windy as crap out in the open, but it was coming from the north, or the northwest, or whatever you want to call it, that direction. And now it's coming the exact opposite, coming from the south. So, anyway, let's get to hiking, huh? There we go. Come on, Copper. I think I already wore him out this morning. Now, this is interesting. Okay. If you look at this, and then you look at that and that, they look exactly the same from a distance. Now, this right here, I would love to have this as a walking stick. That would be perfect. I'd have to shave it down because it's got little sticky things on there. But I don't know. And then over where copper is already. Then it looks the same, but when you come up to it, I'm watching my step here, sorry. Oh, my knees are hurting today. Especially after doing it. Now look at this. You talk about some spikes. These puppies, I would hate to fall into this bush. Man, it would be like acupuncture. Look at this. Look at these needles on this thing. Completely different. Man, I tell you what. Talk about a defense mechanism. You could like cut some of this off, wrap it together, and make a club. Spiked. Oh, now I got to get around it without getting poked in these sticker bushes down below. Okay, Copper, where are you at already? Where'd you go, dude? Oh, there he is. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how we got there this morning. I think we walked over here. Watch out, dude. Oh, yeah, here's how we went. A lot of washes through here. You can tell where the water runs. Oh, shoot. I don't remember having to go up all these hills. Gee, I wish there were a few rocks. Well, these are cool. I used to find these when we go hiking around Payette. It's kind of like, looks like quartz, shiny and stuff. Cool looking rock. I really wish I'd have brought my hiking shoes. I think I stuck them in storage for whatever reason. Oh, that's how we went. Should have followed Copper. He's like, I ain't climbing those hills. Oh, this is kind of treacherous going down. I don't want to slide, so I'm having to step very carefully. I'll follow you from now on. Yeah, Copper's like, what are you doing, doofus? He said, what you doing, doofus? Just follow me. Yeah, you know where you're going, don't you? Huh? You know where you're going. Yeah. That hurt. Came down awkward on my knee. Yeah, I was over there looking at those dead branches there and found one that would be a perfect walking stick, other than the fact it's so brittle. Okay, is this where we went up? Yeah. Copper, is this how we went up over here? I think this is how we went up last time. Yeah, because there's a little path. It just amazes to me how you can go, 20, 30 feet, and it just completely changes. All these red rocks. And then you come to the top of this. And now we're up above the rocks. Let's go over this way, Coffer, like we did this morning. I'm just curious to see if it's still blocking the wind when we get behind these rocks. These big rocks. Got a little bit more sand here. Yeah, pretty much. Look out and see the valley. Can you imagine being some of the early explorers who came out here and explored this area for the first time? Especially coming from where they did, where, as far as I know, back east, you don't have topography like this. Huh, Copper? Huh? Yeah. I don't know what you're whining about. Huh? I really don't. And see where we are. There's the tent right there. I told you to get a drink before we left, dude. I had to get you to get a drink. Anyway. And then we went down over there. Copper, quit whining. Quit whining. You don't need to be whining. So I don't know what you're whining about, number one. Number two, stop. Okay. Now this we haven't gone yet. Over this direction. As far as I can remember. Look at it, as far as you can see. As far as you can see, mountains. In case anybody was wondering, this is San Bernardino County, California. I think the county seat is Barstow. But it's like 150 miles away, I think the sign said when I was on I-40. I think it said Barstow 152. See, now down there was where we were before. We're just taking a different route now. Yeah. Yeah, we got visitors. Nah. What? 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 No, you stay here, Copper. Was that a little chow? What? What you doing? Yeah. What you doing? Huh? What you doing, dude? What you doing? Yeah, I know. No, Copper. No. 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 Yeah, it looks like mine's about as well as mine. Mine just wants to play. It's whining, wanting to play.
Oh, come on. Have a nice day. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. No biggie. We're just out exploring, taking some video. Yeah, you stay here. I know you want to play, but I don't know if they want to play or they want to. Yeah, see, there's that camp spot that we were looking at yesterday. Now I am. This is gonna be fun. Copper, you're gonna have to move. Yeah, move. Move. If I can get down the hill without sliding. Try to get down here where it's a little bit more level. Sorry, people. My knees. Oh. Plus, these rocks want to slide. Get down here where it's a little easier. There we go. Okay. Come on, dude. Come on. Oh, it's about lost it there. Okay, I thought it was getting more level. I know eventually it will. Shoot. Copper, I'm jealous. Man. I'm having to take tiny baby steps to keep from sliding because every time I step on one of the larger rocks, it wants to. Copper, no, get over here. Come on. Yeah, pile. Okay. Copper, come on. Get over here. Copper, come on. Get over with me. I want to go check out those over there and see if they're the sticky ones or the other kind. I'd really like to make one of those big branches into a walking stick if I can find one comparable. Get back down here to the path. This is the path that we took back yesterday. And I think we'll take back today because it's much easier than trying to traverse. My knees are killing me now. Going up the hills doesn't really bother me that much. But coming down them, that's a bugger. I'm telling you what. I tell you what. Ooh, I'm going this way because there's less stickers sticking out into the path. Yeah. Here we go. Oh. Path goes right to them. Oh, man. Should have gone around. I wouldn't have to go through this. And Copper did pretty good. At least he didn't go running down there. Okay, yeah, that's... Well, there in the middle would make it good walking. Ah. Oh, you know what? I think, because you look at this. Look at those needles. And then look at, because it gets older, the new branches, so that was the same. The other one didn't have any of these ones with the needles on them. So the younger ones have the needles. Yeah. Interesting. So when they're young, they have the big old needles to protect them. And then as they get older, they lose that. Interesting. Isn't it, Copper? Oh, wow. You know what? I just noticed I can just see our neighbors from over there. We'll go look at these other ones. Well, that's a big one over there. Careful, don't trip me. He's right on my heels. It's like he's clipped my foot a couple of times, almost tripped me. Yeah, it's funny, the more tired he gets... Grab my jacket. The more tired he gets, the closer he stays. Oh. That one there would be a good walking stick. No, you don't need to whine. Oh. You know what? You are the whiningest dog I think I've ever seen. What? All right. Guess we probably should head back because he's. Isn't this cool though? Ooh, that breeze actually feels pretty good. I don't know how good it would feel if I didn't have my jacket on, but Copper, stop it. But you're whining. See, to me, this would be a nice place just to come sit down, bring a lawn chair, sit here under the shade of one of these here. You know, there's a lot of places to lay in the shade, Copper. Copper, stop whining. Stop it. Anyway, I'm going to head back in a few minutes. I am going to try to find a place to sit down. There's some big rocks, and I could sit on one of those. Well, that jacket was getting a little warm. As a matter of fact, I got my walking stick. It takes some doing. I had to chop it at both ends. And by the way, it is most definitely wood. So I kind of shaved it off a little bit. But you still got a lot of these little. And it's a good thing I got this, because man, I tell you what, about a third of the way back, my left knee went out on me. Still can't hardly put any weight on it. And this got me back. I was glad I had it. This cheapy. I mean, it's about as cheap as you can get. Survivor kukri. It was sharp enough. It was able to chop at both ends, you know, and didn't take me forever. I'm going to have to skin it down and probably use my one of my Mora knives. This one probably. This knife or Maracnuk. It's I'm trying to think where they. Can't remember now where they. Sweden, I believe, because they call it a Swiss. I think it's a Swiss. Not cut. No, I can't think what it's called now. Anyway, the way the blade is shaped, it's like the Swiss cut. I hate that when I know stuff as well as my name, but then I can't think of it. So I don't want to take the bark off because I like the way it looks. I just want to take off the little sticky things, like when I grab it. And I don't need to take them off all the way down, just where I. But this thing was really good, though. It's like I was able to push the sticker meats out of the bed with it, hold them until I got by it. So, like I say, it was extremely helpful coming back. Yeah, so that's definitely a tree of some kind. It's definitely not. Sound like the Rain Man. It's definitely. Slow in the driveway. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna sit down and do this. This thing did a really good job. I mean, it's just like boom, 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 boom. It didn't take me super long. And I'm going to try to trim this off here. That'll take a while to do. So anyway, I'm going to sit down and rest a little bit. I'm going to move this out of the way because I think Copper's scared of it. So he won't come get a drink, even though I know he's got to be thirsty as crap. I figured he'd be hitting the water dish as soon as we got back. So this thing's heavy too. whoop somebody's ass with it. Oh, I'm sorry. Forgot to move the camera when I moved. Uh, there. I get busy talking, and yeah, but these are the best knives, like bushcraft and stuff like that. And I've used this. I sharpen it a lot because I use it for everything. I mean, this was my box cutter, like when I would get something from Amazon or when I was cutting up boxes or whatever. This is what I used. There was another bigger one that I used too, but for the most part, this stayed. You know, I use this every day for something. You know, I took it into the hotels with me because they got those packages of coffee and stuff like that. And I swear that they make those things out of titanium. You cannot, at least I can't get the damn things open. So it's like, you know what? I got tired of fighting them, so I went out and got this, open them up, open up all the packets and stuff. It's just this is like my. I love the red. It even came with its own. I had it's got like a belt loop thing, which is. I had it. I think I had put that paracord on there to hook it to a backpack or something. I don't even remember. It's been so. I've had this for years. I've had it probably. I would say at least 4 years, 4.5 maybe. But it's just an awesome knife, and I keep it sharpened, so it's always ready to go. I mean, this thing will open cans. I've used it where I couldn't get the can opener to work. I just, you know, when I sharpen it afterward, usually. But I mean, these Mora knives. If you ever want a really, really good utility knife, good knife to, of course, this isn't a paid advertisement, obviously. I've got I've got a couple of Schrade knives, and these, you can get this for like $7, $8, whatever. I think I paid 7 cents, maybe, probably more now, but you can get these for under $10. They're awesome knives, Do a lookup on YouTube of Morachinivs or just Mora knives. I don't think I've ever seen a bad review. And they range in price. They've got a bushcraft knife, which is like near $50, which I don't quite understand because this thing, anything that you need to do, like I probably could have chopped it down with this. It would have taken me all day, but it would have done it eventually. But I'm really surprised this was like cheap, super cheap. This is what I picked up that they were supposed to ship to me in Payette, and instead they were supposed to come, Amazon, and instead they sent it via the post office at the last minute, so it ended up down in Lake Havasu City. So I've been waiting like 2 months to get this, or a month or whatever, because I guess they wouldn't hold it 2 months, so it'd be like, I was surprised it was still there. Because I told them, I said, there's supposed to be a package here, and she's like, she couldn't find it, and I said, well, they sent me an image of it, and well, then she went back and looked somewhere else, and she found it. Which I'm glad she did, because whatever I paid for it, it earned it today. They got me a nice walking stick. This dude is thick too, like I say. Down here at the bottom. It's kind of maybe hard to tell. That's the bottom of it. Pretty thick. Than the top, And I actually like the way it curves. It makes it easier to hang on to, actually. So cut it off at just the right place. So yeah, I'm happy now. Got my walking stick since I don't have my cane. And if my back goes out, or whatever, or makes it hard to get out of a chair, I can just do like I did with the one stick I had when I was in Montana, the walking stick that I found out fishing. That thing saved my butt so many times. I couldn't get out of a chair. I couldn't get out of bed. My back would go out so bad. And I just grab onto that thing and pull myself up. And so I can do the same thing with this. I really like this. And it's pretty, you know. I like the design on it. I still don't know what kind of tree it is. But so far I haven't been able to find any information on it. So if any of you know, email me, whatever. So I'm curious. But yeah, like I say, I took a little bit of work, but hey, it was a lifesaver coming back when my knee decided to buckle on me. So that's the thing is when you got torn meniscus, you never know when because I took like a misstep, you know, that one when I was going down the hill over there. Although I think that might have been with the other knee. But either way, all I know is when I got down there and started walking, it's like my knee it buckled on me and it hurt. And so there's no way I could have climbed those hills without that because I was pulling myself up with it. You know, so much more effective than a cane. Anyway, that's it for this video. Copper, don't lick the dirt. Dog is so weird, man. He wanted to play with those other dogs, which I think that the little one was a chow or whatever, or I don't know. Something like that. Pussy one. I think it was okay, you know. It was like licking, wagging, I think it was wagging still. The other one was, but he was barking. But you know, they didn't really seem aggressive. You know, in Copper, he just laid down, he's watching them, and he's whining, wanting to play. He started to follow them. They went back and started to get up, and I was like, nah. So I told her, I said, yeah, he looks like your dog's mind you as much as mine does me. He does pretty good, though. You know, most of the time he does pretty good. Like I say, he does even better when he starts getting tired. He stays a lot closer. But then when I got up here, I was expecting to see him here. And I'm like, where the crap is he? Well, he was laying down in some crevice over there. I was like, come up here and get a drink of water. You know? But he hasn't gotten one yet, which really surprises me because he's got to be thirsty. Aren't you thirsty for some water, dude? Huh? He's just laying there in the shade. He got his little bed dug out. He started to do that like 3 or 4 times on the way back too. He was like, he's going along and he's like, all right, I'm getting tired. And he laid down and started to dig. And I'm like, no, we got to get back to camp. Come on. So he definitely knows how. It really makes me wonder, you know, about his life, you know, before he ended up in the shelter. You know, maybe I don't really know his history. I don't know why I didn't ask more about it, but, you know, it really makes me wonder if that's how he had to survive for a while until he ended up at the shelter. I don't know. Could be why he's so skittish, you know. But he's gotten a lot better. He's gotten 100% better than he was when I first got him. He was scared of everything. Now, noises scare him. He doesn't like sudden noises. But that's true for a lot of dogs, you know. Oh, when I was in Montana, my ex and I had a border collie, Tico. And he was such a sweet dog, super, super sweet dog. But he was deathly afraid of sounds. He's the one, I don't know if I ever told the story, where he ended up on the neighborhood kids that lived kind of behind us and all that. He ended up on their back porch, and their dad was going to take him to the shelter and have them put to sleep. And kids come running over, came in our fenced in area, and they come up to the back door, pounding on the door, and they're crying. And they're like, "My dad's gonna take the dog, you know. Can you please take him?" So we're like, how can you say no to that? You can't. You 3 kids, And the oldest one was probably 10. The other ones were, I think the girl was 8 and the other boy was 5 or 6. And so they come up crying, and it's like, you can't say no to that. There's no way you can say no to that. And so we decided that we would take them in and, we take them to the vet, get them dewormed and all that stuff. Because that dog, its hair was like dreadlocks. I mean, it had worms. It was just, oh, it was terrible. But it and our dog Shadow was our greyhound, husky, Siberian husky greyhound mix. So it was like 120-pound dog with these long legs and fast like a greyhound. So anyway, Shadow and Tico became instant buddies. And of course, Sophie, our other little dog, she didn't like either one of them. She was just like, she was small. She especially was afraid of Shadow. Shadow was like 10 times her size. And she was kind of a cantankerous little turd, too. And in fact, the first time we took her, I took her into PetSmart, and she tried to pick a fight with a boxer. So like, dog, you need to pick your fights a lot better. Luckily, the boxer was good natured. Just kind of looked at her, and she's like, oh, and I felt, that was like the first day that we had her, I think. And that's smart. But so, she wouldn't play with any other dog. She liked people, So Shadow and Tico would go out. In fact, in the winter, because both of them had really thick coats, and they would go out when it would snow. The more snow, the better. They would go out there. Snow would be 2 feet deep. They'd be out there running around the backyard, rolling in the snow and wrestling and running around. I loved it. And I think Copper would probably be the same. I know he'd be the same way because he did it at home. He's burying his face in the snow and stuff. Loves it. But I ain't going back to the snow just because he loves it. No, he's going to have to get used to some heat. Oh, although it hasn't been hot at night, it was cold last night. I wore my hoodie and my jacket to bed last night. What you saw me have on when I was on this morning's video, that's what I wore to bed. Covered up with my very warm sleeping bag, and I still got a little cold. So the thing is, I only got like 48, but for some reason, and it's so damp here. It's like you get up I think it's the dampness, because like you get up in the mornings, and the windows on the Explorer are all covered. Just completely covered with dew. It almost looks like frost. You wouldn't think that in the desert, but it is, and everything's damp. Everything gets damp during the night. So, anyway, I've gone on talking a lot longer than I meant to. But what's new? So, it is, wow, shoot, it's almost 2 o'clock. I need to get the solar panels out because the blue generator is pretty much almost empty. It's on probably like 5%. So I need to get those set up. I've been waiting for the wind to die down. It's still blowing, but it's not that bad. I think it'll be fine. I want to get that one because I've still got, at the other campground, I'd only have about an hour and a half, but here it's, probably another 3.5 hours. It'll be charged up by then. So I'm going to go ahead and get that set up. Then I'm going to go ahead and go in and produce this video, get it uploaded so you guys can enjoy it. And today's the day of victory, man. I love it when the plan comes together. Yeah, got my walking stick. I'm happy. All right, we'll talk to you later.
Hey, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Camping with Copper. Hey, that's me. Haha.